Hello folks and welcome back to yet another Trek Collector, and this time, yes, it's been a while guys, and I know a lot of you have been asking about this special. Yes, it's the USS Enterprise XCV-330 Special Edition by Eaglemoss. Now, as much as we like to give out about Eaglemoss, this is one of the best things that Eaglemoss do. Ships like this that we've never gotten before. Now, I know QMX released a model of this, and that would have set you back around $2,000. But lucky enough, Eaglemoss have come to our rescue with this working out at €33.99, £29 and 99 pence, or $49.95 US. So let's take a look inside the magazine and then I'll get the ship out. So it's an unknown class, launched the 22nd century, early warp ship, Earth XCV-330 program. And we've got some nice graphic there of the ship. So look at this, a fantastic picture. Very reminiscent of the photograph that we kind of seen from Star Trek, the motion picture, which, to be honest with you, I fell in love with this ship then, and I've wanted this ship ever since, and I'm just over the moon Eaglemoss have actually done this one, so this is fantastic. As much as we can give out about misaligned windows and little bits and pieces that, you know, yes, we pay money for, and these things should be fixed, but this is the nice thing about this collection, is ships like these, and I'm just over the moon that we got it. So yeah, sometime in the 22nd century, Starfleet launched the first USS Enterprise. We know nothing about this first ship to bear the name, the USS Enterprise. We know it was launched before 2143. It had an unusual ring-shaped design and a registry XCV-330. Because of the date, it must have been an Earth rather than a Federation ship. Years later, it would be included in a display showing the histories of ships that had the name Enterprise, but the rest is a mystery. So that's going back to Star Trek, the motion picture, when we've seen it for the first time. Now, the history of the ring ship. This was an early concept for the USS Enterprise from the TOS series. Yes, Matt Jeffries is the creator of this design, and Matt Jeffries was actually going to use this ship, but he was worried that this ship would be too flimsy of a model to hold for shooting. So he decided to move on and give us the beloved USS Enterprise that we all know, that has changed so many times. And yes, we've even got a new Enterprise if you've been following Star Trek Discovery. Matt Jeffries has been one of these designers for a long time, and he's been involved in so much work in sci-fi. And there's the photograph that I was saying about there from Star Trek the motion picture, which really and truly, I fell in love with the ship then. But he's influenced so many other designers throughout the course that have worked on Star Trek series. This is one of Doug's concept artworks for the NX-01, and we see the design concept used in Vulcan ships, and Rick kind of did that as well, as far as I know, Rick Steinbeck. This is John Eves' illustrations of the ships that were found on Archer's ready rooms, and I was lucky enough that John Eves, I bought some prints off John, and I have all these prints, and oh, lovely. And signed by John as well, which is great to have part of my collection. Mike Akuda did this one for the 602 Flight Club. It was seen in the flight bar, the 602 flight bar, in the Enterprise episode, First Flight, where Captain Jonathan Archer, we see a little bit of his history about the NX program, and yeah, quite a good episode, Breaking Warp 2.5. So the ship is there, but we still don't know too much about it. And it also showed up in Into Darkness, Admiral Marcus's office. The first time we see a model of the ship, and that was done by QMX, and that's the one that will cost you around $2,000. If you're lucky enough to have that kind of money, I probably would have bought it. So we just have some Lost Aliens of Star Trek in the magazine, and that is pretty much it for the magazine. Now, let's go in and look at our ship. So guys, here she is. Now, the reason why I'm not showing the box is actually quite large. Just to show you in scale with one of the ships in the part of the regular collection, this is the refit Enterprise, and here she is. So she is quite large. This is a nice piece for your desktop. Now, unfortunately, there is issues with it, but overall, this looks absolutely fantastic. It's the first time us getting this model. As I said, unless you were lucky enough to be one of the ones that went for the QMX. She sits well on the stand, and we get great paint application on the outside of this ship. It's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to take it off the stand in a second. I'll point out the flaws, actually, realistically, with it first. And the biggest letdown is, if you look closely at the magazine front, now sometimes the magazine front isn't the great source of a reference point, but 9 times out of 10, the picture in the front isn't too bad off. We're losing a lot of this detail that should be actually continued on the inside. Just the gold patching there should all continue on the inner rings. There seems to be a lot of detail missing in on the inner rings of the ship, unfortunately. We have the window at the front of the ship here missing. Okay, that should be black with a stripe around it. We're missing a red pennant around here. And of course, our deflector dish is not coloured in. Okay, it looks as though it is there with the light, but it's not. A few more bits and pieces missing off it. Now, we do have misalignment windows yet again. Unfortunately, we'll go in close here, if I can get it in. And we have misalignment with our windows. Not too noticeable, I might add. But overall, to me, stuff that can be easily fixed. And I do agree with people out there that you shouldn't have to make these adjustments yourself. But to me, I've been looking at it displayed on my desk now for the last week or two, and I've actually had it on this desk. I've been meaning to do this review a week now, and I just love it. It's a fantastic piece of Star Trek history. It's what a ship could have been, which wasn't. It's one of Jeffrey's designs, and I think it was going to be reused for a TV series that just was never made, a sci-fi TV series with Gene Roddenberry and Matt Jeffries. But overall, she is absolutely fantastic. I think they've got they have the Enterprise and the XCV-330 in the right place there. Just looks a bit wrong on that side, but overall, and she's fairly heavy. She's like, it's all plastic on the rings on the outside, and this part here, all in, is metal. Okay, so we'll take a look in at the engines. Some nice detail there. Okay, so the center part is metal, all metal, and then the outer ring is all plastic. But some nice pearlescent effect type thing, because you can see the way how it's glowing off the camera there with the light. So, you know, they've done really well. A lot of great detail on the outer rings. But when we go into the inner rings, we just lack in that detail. But as I said, this is one of the best things about the Eaglemoss subscription for any of you who have subscribed. I know some of you guys out there like my channel for just cherry picking and sitting back and waiting to get these ships. Now, I know it's sold out at the moment in the UK and in Europe, but it's still available in the US. And, you know, any Star Trek the motion picture fan or any of that have liked this ship, I actually think for the price that it's retailing at, it's actually a very good buy. To me, this has been one of the highlights of the collection. Between this and the refit NX-01, again, ships that have never actually made it on screen, and ships that we never see. I know there was a model done of Doug's refit NX-01, but just to actually have a model made and painted is absolutely fantastic. And again, with the collection as well, they've done Andy Probert's Enterprise C, and they have done Phase 2 Enterprise, which I will actually be reviewing. But that is all from me today. I want to give a big shout out to you guys. Thanks very much. Over 1,000 subscribers, which has been absolutely fantastic. And a big congratulations to Amril Khan. Yes, you were the subscriber who subscribed to my channel and you won my prize pack. I've messaged you on YouTube, so please get in contact with me. Give us your postal details and I'll get those goodies out to you. But from me, that is it on this episode of The Trek Collector. Keep watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and I will be back with more reviews. I know it's been Eaglemoss heavy at the moment, but I have signed up for Loot Crate, so I'll be doing the mission packs from Loot Crate on the Star Trek packs, and I'm also subscribed to the Star Trek Discovery Collection, and I will be bringing you all those ships too. And hopefully we'll see how funds go, because it's very ship heavy at the moment with Eaglemoss. But if I can get my hands on other new Star Trek toys releases, I will hope to review them soon. So guys, thanks very much. Slán go fóill, iho wa, and thanks for subscribing. Take care guys. Bye.